This is the Negro Ninja, and this is gonna be part 12 to my Consequences of Boldness series. Okay, now I was watching this old television show called Mama's Family. Okay, and I basically walked in on the part where the old, white lady who's the star of the show, who I would lay my penis on, by the way. That lady is hot, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, she was, coming off of a date with a dude that she hasn't seen in like 40 years, maybe. Okay, and apparently to him, she was the one that got away. Okay, so he essentially repeats his move, and this time she actually comes out on a date with him to a cabin. Okay, he tried to get her to do it before. Okay, and it was just terrible results or whatever. So what happened was, you know, she meets him, he's doing better in life and this type of stuff. You know how women are. You know, he's a successful man, got his own businesses and stuff. Okay. And he just basically making his move. He's a very bold man, okay? He's extremely bold. So what happens is the family starts getting into this lady's business, She was like, what about my family? What did my family say? And then he basically just kissed her. He was like, I ain't trying to hear all that. I ain't got time for games. So he just kissed her. She said, you know what? I'll just tell them it's none of their damn business. That's what I'll tell them. Okay. So eventually her family was talking and she let the beans spill. Okay. The beans spilled. And then they was like, oh, you're going to go out on a cabin to this dude out there alone, or whatever. And she basically chastised them. She was like, yeah. Then her son got involved in the conversation, and he was like, what is this I'm hearing about or whatever? And she basically was telling them, they need to back off. And he was like, what examples are you setting for the kids? Okay. And then she said, the example I'm setting is when you're 60 years old, you can do whatever the hell you want to do or whatever, So they were just going back and forth, and then the son was like, so that's going to be my new daddy living up in the house? The son is, basically like 40 something. Got his own family and all this type of stuff. And then the mama basically said, what about you and your wife? Yeah, I was fooling around. He's like, well, we got married. Okay. So when the mama said that she would give up the house to him and move with the dude, the son said, okay, let me help you carry this. Yeah, she's on the way. So they go to the cabin. Okay. So they go to the cabin. And as soon as they get there, the dude basically make a move on it. He wants some pussy. Okay. He did what he set out to do. Okay. Now, personally, there's nothing wrong, with a man doing what he set out to do. Okay. Otherwise, what's the point? You're not around a woman just to talk. You're not around a woman just to spend time with her, unless that is a woman that is either a relative or a woman that has earned her keep. This is type of stuff, in my opinion, women should have to work their way up to. All that company stuff they ain't entitled to. They think they're just entitled to it. Once again, I don't care what nobody say. Like, just sitting around talking to a chick and just making her feel like a companion, or making yourself seem like her companion, is sex to her. So this type of stuff, is them getting off on every type of level. Conversation is sex to a whole, bonding is sex to a whole, Okay, so they get into the cabin, he basically pays for the cabin and all this type of stuff. And they coming up with the picnic food and this, that, and this. He just started talking. And then he just basically started getting kind of touchy with her. Okay, so they're getting touchy with one another. I mean, my bad, he getting touchy with her. She being kind of apprehensive. And she's looking for every excuse to get out of the cabin. She said, let's go down and have a picnic. He's like, yeah, we can have a picnic right here. And so she was just looking for a little stupid shit to do, This is too dusty, let me clean this off. And he's just like, you're so full of shit, basically is what he was saying, right? Okay. And, he just get fed up with her. He basically tries to go in for the move again, trying to touch on her or whatever. And she's acting, like a prude. You know how hoes do that, like a prude. Whenever you're trying to give her that dick, whenever you just bold, they want to act like they're just virgins or whatever. That's what I notice about hoes. Okay, and that's what we was talking about on the stream last night, But she being a prude and looking for every excuse not to get this nigga some pussy. Okay, and he was basically saying you doing the same thing you did the last time you was here. You making excuses. Her excuse this time was she wanted to watch TV. This is a cabin with no TV, like you ain't never been to a cabin before. You an old 60-year-old bitch. You know what time it is. Okay. So she acted like she never been to a cabin before or whatever. He said, well, your last excuse was there was no radio when, there was no TV then, so it was just radio. Okay. And he basically said, you always looking for reasons to pick a fight just to not enjoy yourself. And that's what hoes do. They look for little stupid shit to, back out of stuff. Okay. And another thing that I found worth noting was he was talking about what he did with his business. He said, I sold my food business for a computer electronic business, which is also another bold move. He's a businessman. He get to where he's going to go by making bold decisions. And she said, you're going to lose everything, because he was set. She most likely thinking about, oh, yeah, you living comfortable right here. You got a nice thing going. So that's like starting from ground zero again. He trying to make it so he can make more than what he made last time. But she ain't seeing it that way. You're going to lose all your stuff. And he said, look, that's what life is all about. It's about taking risks. Otherwise, what's the point? He's trying to keep it moving. He already accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish by selling food or whatever. So clearly he wants more money, right? Okay, now these are qualities that women should find attractive in a dude or whatever. Okay, man, she was checking me out, the little MILF white lady. I don't know if y'all can see her on that side, but she looked bad. I mean, yeah, I think, she was hot. But yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on over here. Might have to come up here more often though, but anyway. He basically just got tired of her bullshit, and she was like, I want to leave or whatever. And she said, you know what? He basically said, you know what? I always figured she was the one that got away. This played out just the same. There's no change in it. And she said, you know what? She said that she don't regret not giving him no pussy the first time because apparently he all about her body. Okay, you just want my body. And after she said that you just want my body, she turned around and bent over to pick up something. And she didn't just turn around and bend over and pick it up. She paused for a second with her ass in the air. He was like, well, it's not necessarily just about that. He basically just explained himself and whatever. But yeah. And so she turns around and just tempts him right after doing that type of stuff. So it's all about her body or whatever. Okay. And basically, now there's some nice looking pussy over here. So basically, let me just show what's going on over here. Like this white lady right here in the white shirt. Low-key flirting a little bit, but so basically, that's some nice pussy too. I bet she married. That's what pissed me off. You know that little flirtation shit to be married and shit, got a baby and shit. But anyway, she turns around and say it's all about my body, and then just tipped him right after that. Yeah, you're the same as you was 40 years ago. I'm happy that it didn't work out. Okay. And then he mentioned her husband. He basically said, well, you married a stick in the mud. How about you just have some fun? She said she liked to remember her husband the way that she remembers him dead. So she, clearly don't even like her husband all that much if she can make that type of joke. So, she decides to leave or whatever. They spend the rest of their day, doing this type of stuff. I'm going to show y'all a lady that's lining up with me. The lady in the white shirt right here. That's the one I was talking about earlier, lining up. But I enjoy it though, so ain't no big deal. She hot, so I ain't gonna sweat it. Anyway, you got this type of stuff going on. It's all about my body. Then when she gets home, with all the food that she had while she was on the camping trip, the family runs up to her and take all the food. Okay, but she didn't check them by saying, y'all just want the stuff that I got. Y'all ain't happy to see me and this, that, and this. You know, she didn't tell them that it was rude. Okay, she just allowed them to just take the food or whatever, just like some hungry hyenas. Okay, basically happy to have her back or whatever because they couldn't really cook while she was gone. They rely on her to do everything. So she gets back. Okay, and she still doesn't realize that it was essentially the same thing, except she would have benefited more if she just allowed to do it the fuck. Okay, the family just taken away from her or whatever. He would have gave her a better life. He would have elevated this chick, but she still didn't want that because he was just too bold. Okay, and that right there is teaching people in the 60s or 70s, whenever Mama's Family came out, that boldness is bad. This is TV teaching people that, low key, making him seem like he just a perv for want some pussy. Okay, I really love women. There's a lot of chicks doing this type of stuff right here, and you know, it's a nice park over here. So I got another chick doing it. So I got 2 in a row. So that's smooth, and the little girls is doing it too a little bit. So that's good. Oh damn, it's another girl doing it. I ain't even see her over there. And there's some chicks over here, doing it too. Some working out chicks. I don't know if I could put the camera on them because, people looking. They're just staring at me and shit. But they bad as hell. But, and as soon as I said staring at me and shit, one of the girls looked. I really wish I could show y'all these chicks over here, but you got people over here looking at me. Like people that's around them looking at me. But since this is since he's being bold, he just seen us the bad guy. And he just basically the type of dude that's just like, man, you married a stick in the mud, just get with somebody that's fun for once, I might do a retake of this. I might just keep this because I like the scenery, but we're gonna see. Okay, but I'm finna get up and walk so I can low-key film the chick that I was telling y'all about it. I couldn't show. But you got this type of stuff going on. Them the ones I'm talking about right there, doing the working out right there. I couldn't just turn the camera because this dude over there just looking at me and shit. But you got this type of stuff going on here, That just made dude seem like a sleazy person just for trying to fuck. Okay, and one of the main morals I want to take from this story is, let me see if I can walk past a couple of these chicks that's lining up with me. But one of the main things that I can take away from this is she is the same way she was when they knew each other as a kid. So they 40 years ago, she was playing the same exact games. Now that she's 60 years old, she just does the same games, but she's just better at playing those same games. Oh, hey. Better at playing those same games. Okay. And that's exactly what he said. He basically said the same exact thing. And then he just basically said that's a done deal. You can't waste, like a man just got to know when too much is enough. Like it's like dudes are just taught that the more you try, the better it'll get. Okay, the more you try, the better she gets with playing games with you. Is the reality. Okay. I remember talking to this one dude about a chick. I'm like, so did she do any better? Are y'all hitting off better right there? He basically said she's still playing the same games as before. Okay, that's the white lady that was lining up with me in the white. But I couldn't really show her when I was walking past because the camera didn't really do it. But you got this type of stuff right here. See if I can get a better view from this time walking past. But you got this type of stuff going on here, right? To where you got girls in his ear saying that if he were to just keep trying, then she'll just eventually warm up to him and things will get better. But the last time I heard him the last time I heard about this dude, My sister was saying that he is about to get married, and it sounds like he finna marry this chick that I was asking him about, you know, that he claims is not getting any better with. All right, that's her right there. But like, that's the thing right there. So I don't know, like, what's going on. I don't know if it's like did 1,000 people just talk him into doing it or whatever, you know. But some people just don't learn. Like, it don't matter how much you tell them. You know, even some people that got the same complaints are still just, you know, just do stuff just for no particular reason or whatever. Just because it just wears them down and they just figure maybe it can get no better. I mean, you know, like I said, it gets better, but it only gets better when you find better, not just dealing with the same bullshit and expecting the same. Well, you know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same stuff over and over and over. There's a lot going on here. I just can't. Wish I could show y'all everything going on. If I turn this camera around right here, then you know everybody will be on me. But yeah, man. If that's not proof that if a chick is not giving you what you want, then you will never get what you want, I don't know what proof is, you know. A chick has to prove that she improves. You can't just assume she's going to improve. And if she does improve, she will flat out just show you that she is not the bitch that you thought she was. But like I said, what is the likelihood of that happening? You know, that's just, we don't got time to just gamble like that. You know, time is for women. Okay, because everything comes to them. Stuff don't just come to dudes unless he is in the right situation or something. But like I said, what are the odds of you being in the right situation? Okay, the only time you find yourself in the right situation is if you keep moving, not if you standing still. Like a man got to always keep moving. I remember a girl told me that, which is ironic. She didn't give me that message, like she didn't give me that insight or whatever. Okay, oh dang, but them the girls I was trying to show over there that's doing them squats. But she didn't necessarily give me that type of insight. That's what I pieced together when I was complaining. And she said, just keep moving, you know, just keep moving. Okay. And she is absolutely right. You just don't stop. If you're not getting what you like, you don't stop moving until you're satisfied. Why would you stay where you're not satisfied at? Okay. It's pointless. Men cannot live like that. You know, we got too much. The environment is too hostile for men to stay in places that he don't particularly care for. Okay, and if that show did not prove it, then I don't know what does, bro. Okay. If that show doesn't prove it, then I don't know what does. All right. And that's pretty much all I got to say for this rant. All right, y'all see that lady that y'all just saw when I got up? You know, she came over there just to line up. She was one of the chicks that was lining up in front of the white lady when they was doing that shit like tic-tac-toe, tic-tac-hoe. You know, connect hold. But that's why she was over there doing that little lining up shit though. But they all look fairly respectable, so I didn't mind. But that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.